Namaste, guys. Christian Arlong, Life Enhancement Consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this, what are we at, Sunday evening. What happened to the weekend? It seems like the weekend, hey Nina, Atma Namaste. It's like the weekend came and went. Monica, long time girl, Atma Namaste. Chana, Atma Namaste. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just having a little bit of rose tea in this Sunday evening. Doing some, Leanne, it's been forever, girl. Just doing a little bit of planning. I got my yellow paper, I got my red pen. I'm ready to go for this coming week. And as usual, I want to jump on real quick, give you guys some value, some nuggets, some things that you can take away with you that will hopefully improve tomorrow, the rest of the week, the rest of the month, the rest of your life. What's going on, Paula? Donald, Atma Namaste, welcome, welcome, welcome. By the way, Eric is bringing the heat from Massachusetts. So Whole Foods has several different rose-flavored teas. They use rose hips, rose-flavored teas. And so I've tried several of them. What's up, Sharon? I've tried several of them, and none of them rock my world like this particular brand. So the brand is Allegro, which is the same brand as their coffee. And it's basically the rose, what's up, Jason? It's the Rose Allegro tea. Super good. Obviously, I'm not a big I'm not a big coffee drinker in the evenings, more of a tea drinker. What's up, Minnie? Leanne said, hey, your life has taken a bumpy road for me. I don't quite know what that means, Leanne. You're going to have to either send me a private message or let the entire world know what time it is. What's up, Jason? I hope your week is improving, Leanne. I know you had the injury with your hand, then your son had his birthday celebration recently, about a month ago. I hope things are improving. So, this might be inspiration to each and every one of you. Just did Twin Hearts meditation. Minnie, did you do 2 Twin Hearts meditations in one day? You're an animal. So many of you have heard, by the way, if this is your first time tuning in, we do these live streams pretty much daily, and we're talking about, hey, Ruben, Atma Namaste, Allegro. Ai, Atma Namaste. So it's Allegro rose tea, by the way. Highly recommend it. I love a good tea in the evening, and this is my jam. Especially on a Sunday evening, relaxing from the weekend, and then moving forward with the week. So, the 3 topics we talk about on these live streams is meditation, energy healing, and practical spirituality. What's up, KD? I tagged you, son. So, practical spirituality simply means spiritual teachings, spiritual truths that are universal, that's weird. That is, sorry, I'm getting messages at the same time while I'm talking to you guys. Practical spirituality simply means universal teachings that you can apply into your life immediately to improve the quality of it, right? So, for instance, the law of karma, sowing and reaping. If you understood the law of karma on a higher level, you could immediately improve the quality of your life. You could stop planting the seeds of the things that you don't want in your life, and you could start planting the seeds of the things that you do want in your life. What's up, Rebecca? What's up, Mary? So, people go, well, Christian, I have no idea what seeds I've planted in the past. No clue. That's fair statement. All you have to do is look at the fruit that you're harvesting in your life, and that will tell you exactly what seeds you have been planting in the past. What does that mean? Well, if you're looking at a mango tree, isn't it self-evident that you planted a mango seed previously? If you're looking at an apple tree, that means you planted apple seeds previously. If you're looking at corn, you planted corn. If you're looking at loving relationships, you planted love in your relationships. If you're looking at prosperity, you planted seeds of prosperity. If you're looking at good health, you planted seeds of good health. Makes sense, right? So whatever fruit you're experiencing in your life, the indicator is it's self-evident. Those are the seeds that you've been planting. Now, if you look around and you see things that you don't like, fruit that you don't like, you have to go, all right. So I'm getting anger in my relationships, disharmony in my relationships, poverty consciousness in my life, misfortune, bad luck, confusion, deception, dishonesty, disappointment, discouragement. I'm getting all of these fruits in my life that I don't like. Okay, so that must mean I planted previous seeds that are now coming to fruition. But here's the thing. Here's the big nugget. Here's the big takeaway. What's up, Melissa? Namaste. Is what you are experiencing right now in this time in your life is simply the old you, the old version. What's up, Chris? The old seeds you planted. That's it. So there's no point in beating yourself up, being angry at yourself, being hateful and spiteful to yourself of like, why did I do this stupid thing of planting these stupid seeds? It's over and done with. You planted the seeds when you were less aware, less conscious, less in a state of understanding who you are and how you relate to the world. Now that you're more conscious, more aware, and you have greater understanding, then guess what? You can now plant better seeds. You can plant the right kinds of seeds and reap the right kind of harvest. So I just wanted to jump in and throw that little, that's what I'm talking about, universal, practical spirituality. Principles you can take, you understand it, and immediately apply it into your life to improve the quality of your life. Because if you understand the law of sowing and reaping, wouldn't it make sense that, you know what? Starting tomorrow, in fact, starting right now in this very moment, I'm going to have better thoughts, better words, and better actions so I can reap a better harvest moving forward. Ta-da! Super cool, right? Now, many of you beautiful people, many of you have heard of the famous aphorism or cliche that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, right? You've heard that before. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. There's a little bit of a tweak to make that a more accurate statement. When the student is ready, the right teacher will appear. So what does that mean? When the student is ready, the right teacher will appear. So let's use the analogy of actually being in school. And let's say you're entering the first grade, right? You got your little pencils and pens, you got your little notepad, notebook, your little backpack, your lunchbox, and you're ready to go into the first grade. Now, when you go into the first grade and you sit down and you get your little assigned desk and your little name tag, and they do roll call, is your teacher going to be a first grade teacher, or is your teacher going to be a college professor that specializes in quantum physics? Is it going to be a first grade teacher for the first grade students, or is it going to be a college professor that specializes in quantum physics? Right? It's going to be the first grade teacher for the first grade students. So you as the student of life, you will be given the right teacher at that time in your life. As you continue to progress and evolve and develop on the spiritual path, you will have different teachers that will help you with different lessons and different experiences that will assist you and aid you in your growth. So some people go, you know, I want the most advanced spiritual teacher on the planet. Well, guess what? You as a soul might not be ready to experience the teachings, the blessings, the assistance of that great spiritual teacher. But along the way, you'll get a guide here, a mentor here, an advisor here, in the inner world, in the physical world, that will get you closer and closer and closer to eventually meeting that great, 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 great teacher. Again, if you haven't graduated from first grade, it's not realistic to expect you're going to get a college professor that specializes in quantum physics. Once you graduate first grade, you graduate elementary, you graduate junior high, you graduate high school, and then you start taking specialized classes and courses in college, then you will potentially get that college professor that specializes in quantum physics. But here's the interesting thing. What if you don't need a college professor that specializes in quantum physics because you have a different purpose in this incarnation with your soul? Right? So we may think we need a college professor that specializes in quantum physics, but that college professor isn't necessary for our current spiritual growth and development. So Smita says, Atma Namaste, Christian, joining your live session after very long. Today is my lucky day. Aw, I'm just doing the work of the teacher. That's all. Doing the best I can. Not always the best, but the best I can. So that's my little nugget for you guys this evening, is that we're so fixated on receiving a very high level spiritual teacher in our lives, but we might not even recognize that we aren't even ready to experience that teacher firsthand. Right? Think about this for a second. Think about the energy body of a great, great teacher, of an avatar, say Lord Christ. Would you consider Lord Christ to be relatively developed, relatively evolved, relatively far down the path of being a teacher, well past the PhD level? Would it be appropriate if you had the opportunity to meet in a physical body, your physical body had an opportunity to meet Lord Christ? Would it be even appropriate? Because think about the types of questions that you would ask. Think about the types of feelings that you would be going through, right? It wouldn't be necessary to have that caliber of teacher, because in essence, you wouldn't even be able to understand the level of teachings verbally or energetically that this teacher would be transmitting from them to you, right? That's why the 12 apostles of Lord Jesus were very, 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 very advanced and very developed. And even they, at certain times in their development, were overwhelmed by the energies of Lord Jesus, or any of the great avatars, Lord Muhammad, Lord Buddha, Lord Sakyamuni, any of these great, great teachers. Their Shakti, or energy, is so powerful and so strong that very few people could even be in the presence of these beings without falling asleep by being overwhelmed by their energies. So again, it's not when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is ready, the right teacher will appear. And here's a little nugget. And I've had to learn this several times, so apparently I'm not learning my lesson. But I've had to learn that the most difficult, the most challenging, the most pain in the butt people in our lives are usually our greatest teachers. I'll say that again. Usually the biggest pain in the butts in our lives are usually our greatest teachers. Because we think, I've mastered patience, right? I've mastered patience. Well, guess what? You're now going to have a teacher in your life that is constantly going to be reminding you of how impatient, what's up, Heather? How impatient you actually are. Or let's say you're like, I'm a super generous person. Oh yeah? Now you have an opportunity to practice a tremendous amount of generosity with a certain person in your life that drains you of everything that you have, right? Let's say you easily forgive everybody that you run into. But guess what? Now you're going to have the opportunity to practice a higher level of forgiveness on a certain person who bothers you deeply and profoundly. What's up, Jeanette? Atma Namaste. We're just talking about the principle of when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, but the higher level of teaching to that is when the student is ready, the right teacher will appear. So it kind of goes back to be careful what you wish for. If you say, you know what, I want a very high level spiritual teacher. Well, if you want a high level spiritual